my teeth out when I need them.
Right.
What?
Well, that's okay. Let
I saw him in another room this morning.
Yeah, he's in another space.
I'm about to go get him.
Oh, there he is. He called him, and there he is. Well,
stop playing with me. I seen that YouTube active. Here I am, ready to learn.
there you go. Let me go live. Oh, look, we are live on YouTube. Hey, Shay Butter. Xyl Organics. Well, hello, darling. Alrighty. A time of rest. You see, we go all day, all night. Shoot. When do we ever really take a break? But if we allow nature to continue being our teacher, because that's what she is, we could learn a thing or two. Right now, well, for us, we are in winter. It is cold. And normally, you'd see a lot of people walking around, but not anymore. Nobody likes to be out in the cold. So we learn that the cold slows things down. So that's our cue in this wintry weather, is to slow ourselves down. Now, you could be in Florida, like my beautiful Lasagna, and it could just be hot. But if you notice, even though they have that 24-hour, heat, there's still a time. This time, you can feel it. A time of rest, relaxation, and just a simple assessment of things. Well, we had it in the fall, right? All the leaves decided, look at that, it's time, let's go, and they fell. That's our cue. The same way the tree does it without discrimination. She has a season. She lets go. But because she lets go, it doesn't mean she dies in that aspect. She's in an ebb. She stores up all of her energy. And I want you to feel what I'm saying to you today in that ebb. Remember, if you're at the beach and the wave pulls back, that is the ebb. But notice that in the pullback from the ebb, there's a strong undercurrent, because when it comes forward into the flow, now you've been empowered to move and act and do something. This time really is a time of ebb. Yes, it is a time of ebb. That's what we've got going on right now. So don't think that, oh no, what am I going to do? No. In the ebb, assess. This is why we rest and we take a moment, so we can hear the still small voice within, so that it guides us and tells us, hey, here's this, or here's that, or give me this. We like to throw this word out here a lot. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. But if you look at the law, and you compare the word sacrifice to what the law actually means, things would go a lot smoother. You see, we look at sacrifice as giving up the thing we love the most, depriving ourselves of something. But in actuality, she causes us to look at ourselves and simply say, I don't know if that's working anymore. You know what? I will courageously allow myself to do something different. Remember what Neville said in the lecture last night. Man is a creature of habit. He finds it difficult to let go of the thing he's been doing for such a long time. And that's why we think we have to rend it from ourselves, rip it from ourselves, sacrifice. When in actuality, the simple determination or the simple observation to say, that is no longer serving me, that is of no longer of great benefit. I've learned what I needed to learn, and that's what I will keep. But the habit, let me make a new habit, one that is more beneficial. You see, again, it comes down to that rhythm, knowing when to go into the ebb and when to flow. And it is so natural. You just do it. You see, the ebb and the flow is nothing you have to force your way into. It is simple. If you notice, you have to force yourself. Sometimes we have to force ourselves to either flow or we have to force ourselves to either ebb. But if we would allow it, well, then it'd be easy, right? And so this is the thing. Take that time. Take the time to rest, to rejuvenate the self, right? This is October is when you plant the garlic and you cover it over. And if you think about it, that ground is for us frozen solid by now in December. But the garlic is warm and staying underneath there. She's not idle. The ebb doesn't mean you're idle. It just means you are releasing and now building up again is what you're doing. If we do not take the time for that, we literally burn ourselves out. When you go against law, which is something that you can't do, you will suffer the consequence. You will see the evidence of you trying to fight against the law. Burnout, fatigue, exhaustion, burning the candle at both ends. Think about that. We think that we can bust through the law, but no, it keeps us balanced because it is balanced. So you can try and go without sleep because you got so much work to do, but that is to your own detriment. The law always wins, so we succumb to law. But it is not a bad thing to rest. And you're not just, I saw an interesting video. A man with Parkinson's, this will make sense to you. He came in and he was, I don't know if you've ever seen anybody with Parkinson's, but it is not a good experience. He came in and somebody gave him some marijuana. Now, if you know Parkinson's, it's a whole lot of moving going on. In about 15 minutes after smoking weed, this man was just, he could have been a surgeon with those steady hands. There was no movement. He wasn't like a leaf on the wind. So that got me to thinking. Because Neville said man is usually in a state of tension. Hear it? Man is usually in a state of tension. But after he smoked the weed, now, smoking is very hard on the lungs. And in TCM, the lungs are the most delicate organ there is. But that's another day. So he's sitting there and he's having an actual conversation. He's not like a June bug, all jittery, nothing. The man is as relaxed as they come. Which got me to thinking, if you look at the two things, if you observe, one is a state of extreme tension. How can you come to that conclusion? Because he was now in an extreme state of relaxation. So the question becomes, what has us so wound up and so tense that we can't unwind? Why? We go to listen, when we used to do Tui Na in school, Chinese massage, which is chiropractic, but that's another day also. When we did Tui Na, it was interesting when you felt the bodies of your classmates. And it was never skin on skin contact. It's always through a sheet because that is tween eye. It is not skin on skin. Not like a Western massage where you need an oil. Nah, we use the friction. But you would feel the muscles, the erector muscles on the spine, and they were like little tiny bricks. And I'm like, our muscles are not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be supple and to be able to move because they're muscles. They let you, like tendons and ligaments, you bend and you move with ease. But we have become so tense that if I say to you, of course, if you're not driving, take a moment and just inhale and exhale and allow your body to relax, you'll be like, relax? What is that? This is the point. We continually go against the ebb and the flow to our own detriment. We don't take the time to lay still or sit still and simply breathe. We don't take the time. And so the encouragement today is this. If you know anything about my mother, the closer we get to Christmas, this woman does not sleep. She will be up all night and listen, the house smells incredible. And she is baking. Oh, Lord. But I always said to her, when do you rest? She goes, oh, I rest on Christmas. I'm like, so what was all this work you did? Now that you're so tired, we can't get to hang out because you're tired. You see, make it your business. Yeah. Make it your business to learn to relax. I don't know if you've ever done anything with the lymphatic system. We learned how to do this in TCM. It takes the lightest of touches to stimulate lymphatic drainage. The lightest of touch. Like a feather. But if you don't allow the body to relax, that lymphatic system begins to slow itself down to your detriment. It is drainage. It is a detoxifier, a messenger. But we take our bodies for granted. So today, when you go through this day, stop and take one nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And do it over and over and over for at least 5 minutes. And allow the body to relax itself. And if you do it correctly, meaning you're not looking at your watch, am I going to be late in getting back from lunch? Am I going to make this deadline? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about simply taking your time. We rush through just about everything, except for the rushing to get to our relaxation. Ooh, I gotta make it there. We don't prioritize that. You and I are inside of a body. If the body, like in Parkinson's and arthritis, when the body is so tense and tight and rigid, now it becomes like an oak. It doesn't bend as gently as bamboo does or the reed in the wind. It doesn't do that. Can you think about it for a moment? If it does not move with ease, then messages become disrupted. But if you look at the body, it is on the outside. What is going on within the mind? That'll tell you what you need to know. So where do we relax? The mind. Oh, but Angela, I just can't sit there. I've got so much work to do. I got work to do, what we say. And we don't take the time. And then we wonder, Oh my God, my shoulders, my head hurts. I got such a migraine. Because you've got those shoulder muscles, the traps, the trapezius, the rhomboids, everything. They're so tight. To what benefit to you? As within, so without. Learn to create the ease. Think about what I'm going to say to you next. Create the ease within your mind so that your body can be free from dis-ease. It is only a reflection. So treat it well. Start within the mind first. Always start there because that's where everything originates. So how do you relax? You know, the studies have shown that when you play classical music for babies, they sleep well, their brain, all these synapses are firing. Oh, you might not like Vivaldi, but he's a great composer. You know, Mozart, Tchaikovsky, all of them. And their music is in a very relaxed tone, 432, before things were, switched up, literally speaking. So find a piece of classical music. Dun, 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 dun. Mozart, right? It is a most simple thing to do. Help the brain. There's isochronic tones. There's binaural beats. If you're epileptic, you might not want to do that. Don't go there. But the whole purpose of this morning's message for you and I today is to rest. There is no guilt associated with rest. Like my father, you gotta love him. I was out driving with him and he says, "Oh, I'll wait for you." I come back and instead of my father sitting in the car waiting for me, this man is outside with the little snow brush, scraping off the little remnants of ice from the car because, it was just something he wanted to do to help a sister out. I was like, but seriously? You couldn't sit there for 5 minutes and not fidget? Because he's always...
So could it be stated that, in truth, your father is the better man?
He is a phenomenal man. He truly is. But it's going to snow again, Marquise, in like 3 days.
But he was just trying to hook the sister up.
I know he was. But I said to him, "Daddy, for the love of God and all things, you're what, 72? Can you sit down for a minute?"
The spirit moves him.
It does. It does. But that's... And he doesn't get it. His father was the same. They rarely sat still. There was always something to be done. Always. But that's how we've been brought up. There's always something to be done. Yeah, but Confucius says nature takes her time and yet everything is accomplished. Yes? We don't always have to be doing or being done. There's something called rest and relaxation for a moment.
You know what's one of my favorite maybe, I don't know, it's like some kind of Buddhist quote or something like that. But my favorite one is that if you don't have the time to meditate for 20 minutes, you'll meditate for an hour.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, Oracle Treehouse.
I was gonna say I always wondered that too. I have friends the same way. Their parents are like that. They're go. And what breaks my heart is that one of my friends, her grandmother was like that. She was go all the time. Go. Even to when she got sick, she was still go. And somebody had to tell her to sit down.
Yeah.
And when she finally sat down and, you know what I'm saying, so people could take care of her, she didn't last that long. I think she passed away like 2 weeks later. I think because she was it must be something in the spirit that makes them go, go, go. But in Asian traditions, they say it's good to do nothing. There's a book called The Art of Doing Nothing that I looked into. And it's a balance. It's a yin-yang thing. You be active, and then when the body says rest, you listen. Here in America, we don't, for some odd reason, we don't, and I guess over in Canada too, they don't know how to sit down and chill for a minute. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree totally, Oracle.
I was about to say, you know, it's the thing. The key word you said, Oracle Treehouse, is this, right? It's about that balance.
Yes.
Because you can tell somebody who's already doing nothing that they should be doing nothing, and then there'll be nothing.
Yeah.
But you can tell somebody that is doing everything not to do nothing, and they just can't do it. So it's like you have to find that balance between while you're doing everything, still existing as nothing. So that way, when it's time to be nothing, you can relax.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, love it. Because you guys are absolutely correct. And if you think about the amount of guilt that is associated with sitting still, I mean, I'll tell you this, I don't go to bed with dishes in the sink. I make sure and I tidy up because I learned if you finish your chores, that's what my grandfather taught me, finish your chores and then relax. Because it can be difficult to get up to do your chores if you're in that state of relaxation. So it's just like Marquise and Oracle Treehouse are telling you, that balance, know when and when not to, right? Know when and when not to. I used to pull some serious overtime hours at UPS, and my body was like, is that so? For the ones of you who've been here for a while and you know me and what we dealt with last year, you know the price that we pay for not taking time. And it is with everything. We don't even chew our food adequately.
Hey, don't call me that.
See?
My wife be like, how you doing with your food? Where does your food go? I mean, it was good though.
Listen. That's what it is, right? We don't taste the food. You know? We don't sip whatever it is we're sipping. Think about all of those things. We don't touch anymore. Just grab things. No, touch. You know, that saying, oh, stop and smell the roses. Well, yes. The sense of smell is one of the it is the most potent thing. It gets to the brain right away and leaves such an impression. But do we do it? The smell of fresh baked bread. Something. Take our time. It's the same in when we take our time to prepare a meal. Trust me. I know about that one. Oh, mother, did you burn it again? How many times have I heard that in a day? Shoot, in a week. But I digress. It is only because we don't take our time. It goes for everything.
I think that pardon me.
Go ahead.
Is really expansive. The word nothing, because it's kind of a double entendre, and it brings a negative connotation in itself. So saying doing nothing really is kind of denoted. I don't want to be a person that's associated with doing nothing, but I went through that, early on in my fan base journey, going through this. I don't know if it was a direction of just doing nothing, like just being at rest, because I was, in the beginning, it was like I felt like everything that was going to be accomplished was going to be with my hands, right? Everything I was going to do was going to be with my hands. And that way, for a long time, I thought it worked, it did not work. Everything that I did that was genuine made what I did with my hands expand even more. So like this doing nothing and just being genuine about everything was like, wait, what? What's happening here? So for me, the doing nothing is like in the relaxation. Like I just went on a 5-day training for horticulture. And we was up at 6 o'clock every morning to be there. We had to travel all the way to Queens, and the weather was been crazy, but we was there for the last 5 days. Now at night I come home and either I can sit here and watch TV or watch YouTube or something like that. I can lay down and rest. What did I do? I soaked and I lay down and rested. What does that take? Do you know how to just turn off and rest? If your series is something you want to jump to, I'm going to be doing something else. No, I got to learn how to just shut off, shut down. Nothing is something that I've learned how to just really be okay with. People on the internet like, yo, nigga must be depressed. He must be this. He must throw me out of groups and all that. Like, no, I had to tune out. I had to do nothing. And I had to learn how to master nothing more. I don't even want to be involved with nothing no more. Let me just chill right here and gain everything about me. Yes. Facts on facts. Thank you for that, Vaughn. It was beautiful. Right? Let this be an encouragement to each and every one of us today. You know? To take that time to just relax. And you will find, in the beginning, it's like ants at a picnic. As soon as you spread that thing down, they're all coming, treats. This is where the thoughts just rush in. Don't fight them. Focus on the inhale and the exhale. Give the brain a task to focus upon, because that's its job and it does it beautifully. So give it a task. Inhale, exhale, and let it just engage itself watching that. I like the word that Vaughn used, expansive, because if you look at it, when you begin to quiet the self, right? You lay there. So long as the mind has come to a place of stillness, the body will follow. So I also like what Vaughn said, because we think that everything that needs to be accomplished is accomplished by using our hands. Remember, Neville Goddard said, you don't have to lift a finger to make it so. What's that mean? It means if you get inside your imagination, things will unfold from there. And then you actually have to move and do something, just like that question Black Buddha asked yesterday. Ease and productivity become one thing now. That we can accomplish much if we allow ourselves to go into the ebb naturally. Follow the natural rhythm of things. This is so important for you to do, because if you look around, the rhythm has been disrupted. It's been disrupted. That is the best word, because it is a rhythm and it is a pattern. If you ever take any kind of I forget the names of them, but they're hormone disruptors. What's that mean? Hormones have a particular pattern in the way that they release themselves in the body. And so the disruptor does exactly that. It sees the pattern and it breaks the pattern, because it doesn't break the pattern by saying, I overrule you. Nah, it counters the pattern that is already there, because it has its own pattern. So that's why it disrupts. So we have to get ourselves back into a natural rhythm. It will help you greatly if you do it. And I know sometimes we can be afraid to do it, because we may want to think, but just like Vaughn said,
What you mean I gotta go? What? That's when you say I'm not a dancer, baby. I, I digress. But we take the time. Take that time. Make it a habit. Why? Because it is our nature to be habitual. We like the comfort of doing the same thing the same way every time. So it is in the best interest to hack yourself, a mental hack to create a rhythm that is beneficial to you. So if you say, I'm going to get up every morning at the same time, or I'm going to go to bed every night at the same time, or I'm going to meditate every day at the same time for the same length of time. If you do that, or I'm going to go walking by the beach, same day every time, choose something that allows you to do no thing. Do no thing or do nothing. If you think about that word, they are two words. No thing. So if you're doing no thing, that's a word we can't get our heads around again. Not yet. Because out of no thing, if you think about it, it's not it's not a thing. It's no thing. Yet it is everything. See the paradox? But all paradoxes can be resolved. Take the time to rest and rejuvenate yourselves. And if that looks like a bath with some Epsom salts, get in there. Because remember cause and effect.
If you know, even Earl Nightingale spoke on that, right? Shout out to the Master Pisces, Earl Nightingale, right? But that's a little topic. The thing of it is he said, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically, you have to relax as hard as you work. Like it's imperative that you relax, but it's also imperative that you work. So the issue is that you have people who are either or.
Yes.
And that's not proper vibration.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be relaxing as you're working and working as you're relaxing, because make no mistake, in a world full of constant commotion and constant streams of things pulling on your energy, you have to be able to relax, literally. So it's a job, it's a work to say, hey, brain, I know you're overactive and you're used to consuming all of this bread of the world, but right now we're going to lock in, not into loneliness, but solitude, and recharge. So that way, yes, my iPhone operates at 10%, but it sends me a message saying low battery.
Yep.
So it's functioning, but my brightness, it got to be turned down.
Mm-hmm.
But when I let that thing charge, when I got a fast charger too. So when I sit down for 20 minutes and meditate, here I am. I just went to the gym yesterday with my homeboy after I had worked out in the morning, of course, right? I went back again, but you would think I had a pre-workout, but no, it was my afternoon nap that I do religiously to recharge. Mm-hmm. So I'm like a kid again. I be doing naps, y'all.
I love it. Because that's seriously. Test it for yourselves and see. You become much more productive if we move in that natural ebb and flow, that rhythm. But remember that rhythm always compensates. However hard you push in one direction, the swing back is going to get you. It always swings, that pendulum. So take your time and practice relaxing. That video I saw with the man with Parkinson's really affected me, because when I saw how tense his body was when he walked into that room, and then 15 minutes later he was at ease. Wait, what? And that made me ask, what kind of neurological tension is the body in? And what? How did it get there? You see, they treated the effect, which was the uncontrolled body movements. That's what they treated. They treated the effect. But the cause, they haven't looked for the cause. They haven't looked for the cause. So we would learn much if we would take our time to do things. Take your time and just breathe. Really and truly. I know it seems like, oh, Angela, you don't know the kind of work I got to get done. It's the Christmas season now, and work hours are increased, and they're trying to get everything out before the new year, blah, 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 blah. Sure. Right? You make hay while the sun shines. So what do you do when the sun is not shining? One rests. Learn the art. I love you, Oracle Treehouse, of doing nothing. Of doing no thing. Do no thing. And then you recharge. I like what you said, Marquise, because it gave me an idea of system charging, right? It gave me the idea of that. When I want to put myself in rest mode activated. Just sit there. And I'm sure now you'll remember that. The next time you go to rest and relax, you say, oh, rest mode activated. That's what you'll do. And just relax a little bit.
Can I use your voice for a soundboard, please? Right? I'm like, shut these buttons. Like, all right, I'm really living in an AI simulation, right? But this is this is what I want to say, right? When you, it's the biggest. I know it seems like sitting down and saying, I'm not about to do anything. It's like, man, I won't be able to control anything. But you know what you'll be able to control? Everything. The only thing you can't control, your mind. Yeah. So that is the biggest F you to the world, the biggest revolutionary thing you can do in a time when everybody needs you, in a time when everybody telling you what to do, and saying, this is important. Can you focus on this? Can you do this for me? You know what's the best thing, the most revolutionary thing you can do, the most aggressive thing you can do? Absolutely nothing. I mean, just relaxing and like, man, you didn't even do what? Hey, I can't even do that right now. I got to meditate for 20 minutes. Get back with me.
Yes. But that's exactly correct, Marquise. And we take it, for granted because we think it is the thing we can pull from. But look at what you're doing. You're absolutely correct when you pull from it, but look at how you're pulling from it. In a state of ease and relaxation, you power yourself. You fuel yourself. And that's the first thing we take from. Because we know that there's power in that rest phase. And so that's why we think if we sacrifice a little bit of sleep, because that's what we're doing, we're trying to draw power from there, but do it in the correct way. I'm going to drive this home for you until you get it. Because the moment, this is why, let me whisper his name, Black Buddha. You see, because with ease, you can be very productive. Because when you have all of that energy and strength that you've used now to power yourself up, now you work in a much more focused way instead of a frantic way. You will begin to see whatever shortcut you can take. You will see it because it will be an inspiration. You will get new ideas. You will write a book in 9 hours. But that's another day. You'll do
sounds
it.
Like somebody very positive.
Right? But that's it. You will notice if you would do that. Do you know how many ideas you'll get? Do you know how many projects you will complete? Why? because the still small voice, I am, that's within, will show you, not because it hasn't been showing you, but you were too busy to see it. That's what will happen. All the ideas, everything. Who used to do that? A scientist used to do that. Ah, he would sit there in the silence, and then he would get up and go, I know what I need to do. But he had to go into that state. Neville Goddard calls it silence, right? Go ahead, Oracle Treehouse.
I was gonna say Tesla. Zoe, Tesla or Einstein? I think.
I don't remember which. I don't think it was Tesla. Tesla was always in a state of that, though. He was always in a mental state of relaxation. All right, but I don't remember which scientist it was. But he always made it a point to do that. And you know something? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that makes sense. You got me thinking about like the whole creative process when people. I don't know if you ever watch people or like when they're in the creative process. Artists or whatnot, they'll be creating, they'll be in the moment, doing their thing. Then all of a sudden, they just start slowing up or nodding or whatnot. That's the body telling you to rest, to chill out. Like that's what I'm hearing you say, Angela. Like listen to your body. Your body knows when you need rest. I feel like, well, especially here in America, we're taught to go, even when we're tired. In the medical system in particular, they tell the doctors, oh, well, you don't need to sleep. They're running around off of like 2 hours of sleep. How are you running off of 2 hours of sleep and you're working on people's bodies? That's scary as I don't know what. Same thing with the truckers. Your body's gonna tell you when you need rest. You just your body's gonna tell you. But they're always in that ebb and flow of things. Once the creative energy has like run its course, they'll slow down and go and do something else. Or like that scientist you mentioned, he'll just get into that space and chill until the next wave comes. That ebb and flow. I love that. I land.
Beautifully said, Oracle Treehouse. Because that's what it is. It's that natural ebb and flow. And if my son said, oh, mother, let's go to the mall. No, I don't like the mall. I don't even like a whole crowd of people in that kind of way. But I said, is this invasion of the body snatchers? My child was at the mall. So I said, fine, let's go. Listen, I'd never seen so many flashing lights. And I was like, okay, mommy's had enough now. Like it was just too much, and just to observe all of the hustle and the bustle, so that's why the encouragement is to just simply take your time, because that's what I wanted to tell you. I saw this guy's artwork. Hey, comrade, what you gonna say?
It was Einstein.
Thank you. See, I knew somebody would know who it was. Yeah. I saw this guy's artwork. They were showing you his artwork when he was not having a schizophrenic episode. Listen, I don't know why they think it is a bad thing, but if you've ever seen the mandala and how beautifully it's painted and how intricate it is, that's when he was in a schizophrenic episode. That's when he would draw in those vibrant colors. So then it would make you ask, what is he seeing? But that's why I keep saying, right? I was talking to a beautiful young lady the other day, and the idea came to me that, especially in the medical profession, we don't seek a cause, right? They don't ask questions. They just, oh, look, there's a symptom. Surprise. That's, disclaimer. I'm just making an observation. Don't come for me. But
we're coming with pitchforks
and torches. But it's like, if you looked at his artwork, it was just meh in the beginning. It was beautiful because I can't draw. you know, that's not my thing. But if you saw it progress, it became more beautiful. It really did. But they said to him, well, this is where you're at your most weakest state because, you're not all there. And I'm like looking at the artwork and I'm like, but according to the artwork, he is so focused based upon the artwork. Look at the evidence of what it is. He was so focused to draw in such, he captured every detail in his episode. Every line, every color, every curve. It was like, I'd never seen something so beautiful. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, where is his problem exactly? Because he's so focused, he can capture every detail. So where's the problem? Why is he having a problem? So you see, it's not that he's having a problem, it's that he focuses singularly to capture that much detail. So then it makes you wonder now, why is the understanding of the cause not being pursued? Because that's where the healing is, If you, like I said, it affected me so much seeing those two things yesterday. The body at such tension. And then for him, he tuned everything else out. And when he drew, it was with absolute precision.
But you know what they call it, positivity?
What they call that?
They call it ADHD. Because it's like Kanye West said, I'm not out of control. I'm out of their control. So since they can't get you to focus on their little games, their little distractions that pull you down to earth, when you're out of this world, they say, you can't focus. You got ADHD. Come and take this medicine so we can get you to dumb yourself down, come back down to earth, tether yourself to our bullshit, and then say, that's the right way to be. I'm a good human, guys. Look at me. I'm so normal.
Right? So it made me ask questions, and now I am even more curious. And that's why some days I say to myself, why did I even go to college and do TCM? It seems so, because truly I wanted to be a midwife. But now that I look back on it, I'm like, that may not have been for me. Those kind of hours, because babies don't care. They come in when they do. But I look back on it now and I'm like, I was meant to do that. Every cause that I had done previously led me to this effect.
Well, guess what? You are being wife right now. You're helping us to birth our children.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
You thought you missed your college. Let's go.
Oh, snap. I did not put it into perspective like that, because that is exactly what we're doing, isn't it? Where we plant these seeds and we give birth to them. Wow. Well, then. I just learned something new about myself today. But that's what I'm trying to say to you. Take me up on that offer. And just relax a little bit. Listen, if you know that if your chores aren't done and you're going to be fidgety, go do the chores, okay? So that when you sit there and you recline on the chaise or the sofa or on the floor, because I'm always on the floor now because the chicken is on the floor, so I'm in her face, I'm on the floor a lot. And I'm just relaxing.
Thank you, Angela, because I've been trying to fold my clothes for the longest.
I'm glad I could assist.
And I'm getting fidgety.
Don't make a mess. Don't be like me.
Hey, I gotta go through there and tear this stuff up. See, I'm bringing chaos. Y'all thought I was peaceful? No, I can't find my shirt.
Lord.
This is beautiful. Like I just love being in this space every single day because it is just a beautiful place. to come and be with everybody, and we share and we learn and we grow together. It is fantastic. And that's why, right? Let me take a moment and welcome everybody to the space because I haven't done that part yet. Don't think I've forgotten y'all, okay? I have not. Let's see who's here on Twitter. Let's pick up this device. Hey, Tanya, V22. I see y'all here on Twitter. It is good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. YouTube. Don Emanon. Hey. Marjorie. Asanya. Ruby, darling. A not. Look who it is. The better man. Cyber Shea Butter. And for the ones who've not made themselves known, I see y'all. Don't fret, I see you. Facebook, I don't know who's there. Normally it'd be Indie, but my girl's back on Fanbase. So now who's on Fanbase? We got Manifold, Dominic. Hey, Miss Deborah. I see you. We got Hooker Brother Up, Comrade, Mgenie. Oh. Well, hello, urban Indians. I see you. Welcome to the space. You're new to me. Joaquim. Hello. Stephanie, KZ, Marquise, Oracle Treehouse, Zola. I see you all. And y'all know the names we haven't said.
Hey, look, Pastor Angela, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian crusader. I got my bro Hooker Brother Up, and I just got my brother Urban Indian over here, right? So I'm like fighting for the law. Like, get your ass over here.
Go ye into the world and make disciples of all men. I hear you. I hear you. And that's the beautiful part, right? Each one teach one. We learn when we teach. We teach as we learn. It's one motion that's happening it's really and truly, it's just one motion. I keep telling you guys, you think that I am talking to you, but no, this is how I talk to myself every day in the mirror. Believe you me, I'm learning and sharing, and so much I learn. And that's why if we slow ourselves down, to recharge, to power up, we would be amazed at how much further we could go, but not further in the sense that is depleting. Further, this is why I love Black Buddha, ease and productivity all at the same time. I love it. So this morning,
I love that. I love that. Believe you me, it's like some like the broken black English, right? But it makes perfect sense. Believe you me.
yes. Listen, I've been saying that. My grandmother said it. My granddaddy said it. My daddy says it. This is how I learned it. And so that's how we learn, isn't it? Passed on information, these oral traditions. And so it is so beautiful, though. It really is so beautiful if we would take our time. Colors become more vibrant. Tastes. Yeah, you talk about the palate. Lord have mercy. That guy on YouTube, he's funny. But taste, smells become more vivid. We can hear better, see better. Like, so much comes out of just that one activity. And yet we take it for granted the most. So, let me get the bowl. And as I play the recording of the bowl, it's like only 3 minutes, but allow yourself to just simply inhale and exhale. If you're driving, y'all better focus on the road. But if you're just, chilling, then allow yourself to simply breathe and focus on the sound of the bowl. To just bring your body into a place of no thing.
This is where I draw the line. I'm driving, but I'm going to focus on this bowl because women are not supposed to talk in the church.
Sorry if you know where that comes from. If you know where that comes from, Marquise, that's so funny. We have an inside joke because somebody told me that the other night.
Marquise, I'm giving you a side eye right now.
Listen, we only playing Miss Deborah because, like I said, somebody did say that to me the other night. And every time they see me, they say it to me. Women aren't allowed to talk. No man has authorized you. And I'm like, oh, I said, oh, no man has authorized me is right. The Spirit does.
Listen. Angela almost turned into a Marvel movie for real. I was like, whoa! I had to kick him out of the room. Like, get out of here! Y'all interrupt my flow. We up here going. Y'all want to play? Y'all almost seen a different side.
Yeah, so that's why we laugh about it. Because listen, when the Spirit puts words on your tongue or in your heart, you must be faithful to them. Because in that faithfulness to those words, you're being faithful to the Spirit that put it there. Not just Spirit, but I am. That's what you're doing. Right? And it all necessarily doesn't. I'm going to leave that alone. I'll just say, be faithful to what has been whispered to you. Be faithful. And don't allow. How can someone come along and tell you, well, God didn't tell you to say that? How do they know? Now, when did they become God's mouthpiece all of a sudden? God doesn't need an intermediary. He's right inside of me. So he says what he needs to and how he needs to say it. You see?
To me, talking about God told me to tell you that, man. Tell God talk to me directly. Stop playing.
Right? There's a time and a place, though, because everybody, remember, plays their part. Everybody plays their part that we've assigned them to play. So if we sending it, they gonna come. But that's the beauty. So now, as Neville says, let us go into the silence. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, Twitter, Tanya V22, and of course to the replay gang, Lilith and Cuddles. I see you all. I'll see you tonight, 9:45, because we're gonna hit the bowl, and we'll see how Lil Bit responds. We'll see how she responds tonight to the bowl. Lord have mercy. Love you, Twitter. I'll see you tonight.
Hey, Angela, what time is that bowl again?
9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Because then the lecture is 10:45. It's right after. Queen Marat. Hello, darling. And Don Imanon, my lovely Miss Marjorie, Sonia. Hey, Ruby. A-Not, The Better Man, Cyber and Shea Butter, and all the others. I'm just going to say it because I'm expecting that you should be there. Jeff. I will see you guys tonight.
The Better Man is in 2 places at once.
Right? I've got 2 of them now. There you go. I love you guys, YouTube and Facebook. See you later.